Somewhere in America right now, a 25-year-old is staring at their bank balance after payday, wondering how it's already gone. Good job, decent salary, nice apartment, and still zero. If that sounds familiar, I need you to hear this. A high income is not wealth. It's just a bigger number passing through your hands on its way to someone else's pocket. The people who actually get rich before 30 aren't smarter than you. And most of the time, they don't earn more than you either. They just run 10 specific habits, habits backed by tax law, behavioral science, and decades of market data. And once you see them, you'll realize building wealth isn't a mystery, it's math. Here's exactly how it works. Habit 1. Automate pay yourself first. Willpower fails. It fails every single time you're tired, stressed, or scrolling at 11 p.m. with a cart full of things you don't need. That's why relying on discipline to save whatever's left over almost always ends the same way. Nothing left over. The fix is to remove the decision entirely. Split your direct deposit so a fixed percentage of every paycheck routes straight into investing or savings before it ever touches your checking account. You never see it, so you never miss it. This is the same principle behind Nobel-winning research on behavioral economics. When saving requires zero daily willpower, it actually happens. Habit 2. Capture the free money. If your employer offers a 401k or 403b match and you're not contributing enough to get the full amount, you are turning down guaranteed money. A dollar-for-dollar match up to a certain percentage of your salary is an instant, risk-free return that no stock, no crypto, and no real estate deal can match on day one. This is the first move. Before anything fancy, log in, check your contribution rate, and make sure you're not leaving free money on the table. Habit 3. Exploit tax-free growth early. Your biggest advantage in your 20s isn't income, it's time. A Roth IRA is funded with money you've already paid tax on, which means every dollar it earns from that point forward grows completely tax-free, and withdrawals in retirement owe nothing to the IRS. Fund it consistently starting young, and decades of compounding do the heavy lifting while taxes stay out of the picture entirely. The earlier you start, the more years you give compounding to work in your favor. Habit 4. Enforce the raise rule. The moment income rises, most people's spending rises right along with it. A nicer apartment, a newer car, upgraded everything. It's called lifestyle creep, and it's the reason so many high earners stay functionally broke. The fix isn't to live like a monk forever. It's a rule. Every time your income goes up, send half the increase straight into investments and let yourself enjoy the other half. Your savings rate climbs with your career instead of standing still. Habit 5. Kill high-interest debt. Credit card debt doesn't just sit there. It compounds against you, often at rates north of 20%. Which means paying it off is mathematically equivalent to earning a guaranteed 20% return. No investment reliably beats that. Treat your credit card like a debit card. Pay the full statement balance every month, not just the minimum. And when it comes to cars, a simple rule keeps you safe. Put a real down payment down, keep the loan short, and make sure the total cost stays a small slice of your income. Habit 6. Build your peace of mind fund. An emergency isn't a maybe, it's a when. Without cash set aside, a medical bill or a layoff forces you to sell investments at the worst possible moment, often during a downturn, which locks in real losses. Keep 3 to 6 months of essential expenses in a high-yield savings account, ideally at a different bank than your everyday checking, so it's protected from both market swings and casual spending temptation. Now, before we go further, if you're finding these strategies valuable, I'm John, and on this channel I break down proven money principles, investing strategies, and practical financial habits that can help you build long-term wealth. Subscribe now so you don't miss the next lesson, because the next 4 habits are the ones most people never figure out until it's too late. Habit 7. Buy the whole market, not one stock. Trying to pick the next winning stock feels exciting, but the long-term data is brutal. The overwhelming majority of professional fund managers fail to beat the broader market over time. If the experts with teams of analysts can't reliably win that game, betting your future on one stock is a losing strategy. Instead, buy low-cost index funds that track the total market. You own a slice of hundreds of companies at once, and you let decades of overall economic growth compound quietly in the background. Habit 8. Engineer your own raises. Cutting expenses only gets you so far. There's a floor at 0. Your income, on the other hand, has no ceiling. Waiting on a standard yearly raise keeps you on a treadmill. Wealth builders treat their career like an asset. They build in-demand skills, track their market value, and aren't afraid to change jobs when it means a meaningfully better offer. Strategic moves tend to produce far larger jumps in pay than staying put and hoping loyalty gets rewarded. Habit 9. Spend on purpose, not on guilt. Rigid budgeting where you feel bad about every purchase doesn't last. People burn out and quit. The better approach is intentional spending. Figure out the 1 or 2 things that genuinely make your life better, and spend generously there, while cutting ruthlessly on everything that doesn't matter to you. As long as your investing happens automatically first, the rest is yours to enjoy without guilt. Habit 10. Track net worth, not salary. Your paycheck is a headline number. Your net worth, everything you own minus everything you owe, is the real scoreboard. Someone earning 6 figures with maxed out credit cards and a car loan can be worth less than someone earning half that with no debt and steady investments. Once a month, add up your assets, subtract your liabilities, and watch that single number. It's the clearest, most honest measure of whether you're actually getting richer. None of this requires luck, a windfall, or a perfect year. It requires 10 repeatable decisions, most of which take 15 minutes to set up and then run quietly in the background for the rest of your life. Don't try to fix all 10 tonight. Pick the automation step, set it up before you go to bed, and let the system carry the weight from here. Wealth before 30 isn't a secret. It's just habits, running on autopilot for long enough to compound.